Hello and welcome to Nelson All Over Cards. Today we are going to be taking a look at two brand new cards from the Wonderman Hero Pack, and they are both Wonderman signature cards. And it's going to open up a couple of different play lines for the superstar that we are getting here very soon in Marvel Champions. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at these cards, but if you want a high resolution image of the cards, you can find those in a Google Drive link down below. So you can download those and share them across social media so you don't have to like clip the screen and it gets all fuzzy. You have the highest resolution image. But let's dive in and talk about his signature sunglasses. This is going to be a one cost upgrade that has different options on it. It is a response, and it says after you change form, you can choose to either tuck an event or resource card with a printed lightning resource from your discard pile under Ionic Physiology, or you can add a card tucked under Ionic Physiology to your hand. So it's a little bit flexible here. And there are reasons why you would want to do both. If we remind ourselves what Ionic Physiology does, it is a superpower permanent upgrade that gets put into play during setup of Wonderman's game. It gives Wonderman +1 attack for each card tucked under Ionic Physiology. That's on his printed hero side. And then Ionic Physiology, because I had to refresh myself on what it is whenever you play a event with a printed lightning resource, and then you can tuck it under this permanent card. So it gives him the plus attack, as well as starts to interact with cards like his sunglasses, where you can start adding those back in, and there's a little bit of recursion that goes on there. And as another reminder, because it's so cool and I want to just talk about it, he can include lightning events or energy events with an energy resource from any aspect during deck building. So got a lot of potential there. So tucking gives him attack, or you could save it for later. If you wanted to hold on to a specific event card and use it later in the game, you can tuck it there and then add it to your hand using the signature sunglasses after you change form. And for Wonderman, that is flipping to alter ego or hero form. And it could be either, because it's not locked to like a specific hero response. Where I get really excited for this is Ready for a Fight, because Ready for a Fight allows you to, when an enemy would scheme, you can flip to hero form, the enemy attacks you instead. If you've watched the channel, you know how much I love this card. But what is really cool about this is you can save a lot of defense events. So Desperate Defense, Repost, a lot of the defense events, if not all of them, I'm going to say a lot because I actually did not look it up, have lightning resources. And so it feels like a very symbiotic relationship here. You flip down using his signature sunglasses to save that Desperate Defense, Repost, or any of your pick, insert your favorite protection event here. Then when the enemy is scheming, you trigger Ready for a Fight, you flip up to hero form, then you pull that Desperate Defense back to your hand, triggering the signature sunglasses response yet again, and then you play that Desperate Defense or other defense events during the activation. The response window works out so that you can do that. Now that's cool. That's really fun. And then you can flip down on your next turn. If you practice playing the Ready for a Fight, you have like kind of your engine going. Flip down on your next turn. You just played Desperate Defense, so it's now in your discard pile. Or after you play an event with a printed lightning resource, you can tuck it under Ionic Physiology. So there's a couple of different ways that you can tuck that defense event. So basically you can make sure that it's always under Ionic Physiology so that you can continuously play it over and over again and just rinse, wash, repeat. Now the question then becomes, why would Wonderman ever want to flip down to alter ego? Because if you look at Simon Williams's card, there is no ability, in-game ability. He has a setup ability as well as a deck building kind of flexibility or added ability. But there is no reason for him to flip down. He has the civilian trait, so you could play Everyday Hero. I mean, we're back into this realm. We can play that sweet resource card, Everyday Hero. But he doesn't necessarily have any relevant, as of right now, traits in Alter Ego. And there aren't a ton of Alter Ego abilities in his kit that we've previewed so far, except for this next card, which is Wonder Fans. So Wonder Fans is a one-cost support. It has a wild resource icon on it, which is always very nice. And it has an alter ego action. Again, flexibility here with Wonderman. You can exhaust Wonder Fans to choose to either tuck a printed lightning resource from your discard pile under Ionic Physiology, giving you all of the combos and everything that we've talked about previously, or you could draw a card. Drawing cards is really good in this game. So when you flip down, and I do want to say that I am not 100% sure how easy or how frequently we will have like 2 or 3 cards tucked under Ionic Physiology. He does discard all of them when he attacks. And so that's just going to be something that we learn as we have him in our hands and we start playing him more and more. And so this is more speculation than it is like hard fact. I know I'm going to do it this way, right? But anyways, with that said, so I'm not sure how many resources we're going to have, but drawing a card is always nice. And so I view this as drawing a card is probably going to be my default option unless it is a little bit harder to tuck those specific cards that we need under Ionic Physiology. And it pays for itself in one trip down. So 2 effective cost card, 1 printed cost plus the card itself. Play it, flip down to Alter Ego, exhaust, draw a card. You've paid for half of it. You've got 1 effective resource back. Then on the next turn, before you flip up to hero form, draw another card, and you've paid for that card immediately just on 1 flip down. So the 1 cost here is very, very enticing. Actually, it's really good. And this can combo with these sunglasses, because if there is a specific card that we want, we could use the Wonder Fans to tuck one of those event cards with that lightning resource under Wonder Fans, and then be able to flip up into hero form on our next turn or on that turn, use the sunglasses, trigger the responses there to add that card that we just tucked into our hand, and then we can use like a Bring It or whatever we are looking for that has that lightning resource for the situation that we need. The flexibility for Wonderman to have the right tools at the right time feels like it is expanding, and he feels like he's going to be that hero that is going to have an answer, and the gameplay puzzle of Wonderman is going to be figuring out how can I make sure that I set myself up to have the right answer at the right time. Those are the 2 cards that I got to preview. I think that these are really fun cards and start to kind of expand what we know about Wonderman. He's going to be awesome in the Ready for a Fight build. I'm really looking for that Confused Lock in true solo so that he can flip down, trigger these Alter Ego cards and all of these cards that require a flip. His deck building is going to be very vast with the lightning resources, and trying to find exactly that right answer at the right time. I think I'm going to really be enjoying Wonderman. Thank you all so very much for watching the video. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're as excited about these cards as I am. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about them. So if you have a thought or a comment, drop it down in the video or below the video and let me know what you think of the cards. But until next time, we'll see you around. Peace.